Hello everybody, welcome back to a fresh new video here on the channel. Tuesday, it is indeed Tuesday, and what we're going to be doing in this video is going over a little champion synergy which is incredibly effective. The synergy in question is my beautiful Meteor. The champion that we're going to be using is Ultron. So the synergy is function quarterize now lingers for an additional 7 seconds after the special attack is over. Additionally, while function quarterize is active, the opponent is passively heal blocked. This is great and can be an extra option to take on against every different bit of content that requires or has a regen. So if you're looking at Arc Overload, you've got a champion that is regenerating at 1% per tick, for example, then you can utilize this synergy. And you might be kind of thinking to yourself, right, well, is this going to be super effective? It can be, especially if you're rotating around SP3s. It can feel that that heal block is on there for a lot longer and can help to really suppress things. Ultron is a great champion utilized with suicide masteries, and that is what we're going to be seeing in the footage that's been used. Also into Act 7.2.5, which I've recently got done. So I wanted to as well put it against some Arc Overload just to kind of say, hey, you know, here's some options of a champion you can take against these regeneration options in various different parts of content. Because it's not just about saying, oh, go to Realm of Legends. It's just that Wolverine has a lot of regeneration, and that's the best thing to test it against. Now, I also decided for this video that I'd be, with Suicide Masteries, giving a little bit of an opportunity to, well, you know, break out some robots as well and kind of utilize that amazing synergy with Guillotine 2099, especially if you're rocking any robots. So it's always good to see that, and nice to see if we could see that more in the future. I'd love to see a special variant that utilizes more robots, but the biggest problem is we need more robots in game for that to happen. I mean, we know how variant 8 turned out and how scuffy that is. So yeah, but here's the thing: having in a nice little load of champions to take on Realm of Legends and build up is a good opportunity, as I said, to break out and test out some stuff. So like on screen right now, I've got my Warlock rank 3 6-star, which I recently did, as I had a big push of champions up to rank 3, and I've got to do another bit of a push, but I'm just waiting for a few more shards to kind of do a bigger 6-star crystal opening. But hey, we've got to move on to that lovely Ultron footage, haven't we? So here we go. This is the fight in particular I wanted to showcase, in that building up to the SP3 is the first of all important thing. Now you might be saying to yourself, well, we get a nice little amount of degen damage, and that's based on like ability interaction that Ultron has. And I'm enjoying the champions. This is the first time I think I've played the champion since the buff, and I did enjoy myself, which I think is another kind of crucial thing. If new champions come in and Kabam haven't really kind of hit success marker, then that's, you know, that's sad. But these the way the champion kind of functions as well with this synergy does give this champion an extra option to deal with situations that you need to heal block. So first of all, you can see right now I'm going through to the SP3 after 35 hits. And then what we're doing is we're hopefully going to see a heal block passive. This is essential taking on Wolverine, and does mean if you had Hulkbuster and Ultron, this is an option to take on Realm of Legends if you wanted to. If not, you can see really right there, the suppression is there. We've also done a little bit of degen ramp up with doing the heavy attack, and that's good because it means that we're pulsating a lot of damage into the enemy in a very quick succession, which is fantastic and exactly what I want to see, because you don't get the bleed with this, because when going up against mutants, you do degen damage, which I do actually rate, especially when there's going to be some champions that are going to be bleed immune. So that means that this is incredibly fun and effective in this particular example. Go to another SP3, which should kind of get the heal block passive straight up. I do make a little mistake in a minute, but apart from that, this is a great showcase of the champion dealing with that. And I'm always a bit shocked, like, oh, I'm stunned after the SP3. There's the whiff right there. I think that was just a bad timing from me. I'll probably accept that as being my fault. But hey, you know, sometimes there's a bit of a jank sometimes with things. But yeah, you can see when going up against champions that are neither bleed, they neither do bleed or they do. Yeah, if they bleed immune, then it can be a problematic thing. And I'm just gonna showcase this right here, regardless of the mistake I made with getting hit for miss. I just wanted to showcase the fact that it doesn't always work, because you need to quarterize. Now, if you're not doing anything that would quarterize, or you mess up, then it's not gonna pop up. But then there's times where things go very well. And that very well is against Hawkeye right here. Okay, this is 7.2.5, and as well looking at Arc Overload as an option. I had a bit of problems there with the evades on Ultron. Not to say it's a bad thing. I just find that sometimes if you're kind of focusing on a certain rotation or you're thinking about what you're going to do, it can jerk you around a bit too much. That's why I'm not a huge fan of like these snappy little evade champions, like Spider-Men that would kind of evade, or Spider-Women in some sort of capacity, you know, Spider-Gwen and stuff like that. Because sometimes when you're focusing on your ramp up, you can like you jerk back all of a sudden. And you just makes you kind of like a bit unsettled. That I think was one of those examples right there. It kind of unsettled me on the rotation. And as I said, this is the first time playing this champion since it's been buffed. And well, before I didn't really play the champion at all. Again, still surprised to come out of like an SP3 straight into the shock. Yeah, I don't. It's not one of these champions I will look to use in a great capacity. But if I'm looking for a heal block passive option, then this can be a really effective utilization and rotation. You can see top right hand corner, it's heal blocked, and that is great. That is exactly what I want to see. Just as long as we evade some special attacks and then rotate around the SP3 again, I'm going to definitely do that. I just like the way of having that permanent heal block passive on. I did try throwing off stuff like special attack 2, special attack 1. Sometimes it kind of like it goes off and on again, so maybe it's just best to kind of rotate around the SP3. Don't really know if that's going to be the case, but just what I found to be the best usage and best rotation for this particular example. But this is great. Ultron does give you that extra option of a champion to take off against content that maybe you may not have kind of considered to take an option. Double immunity, bit of power control. Then there's the things with Suicide Mastery friendly, having this heal block passive. It opens up a lot more opportunities for you, and that is how you want to see it. A lovely amount of damage as well. So there we have it, Ultron and the Hulkbuster synergy, providing an extra option for you if you're looking for a heal block passive, and especially when it comes to situations of shrugging off debuff effect champions, at least to say that you can put something that's a passive debuff or passive effect, or whatever it's meant to be kind of described as a potential option to help you out in situations of great need and have a better kind of coverage there. And it only takes 2 champion slots rather than having to kind of like have various others, so you can have 3 other champions that maybe helps to take on a path, with this being a boss option. And even better when you're kind of thinking about options for things like Act 7.1, 7.2, 7.3, where you need to like slot in a champion that has those things of double immunity, or has a little bit of power control, or has, you know, Suicide Mastery friendly, but also does that extra heal block at the same time. So yeah, just thought I'd make a little video on this. I think I saw this as like a Reddit like suggestion of kind of like looking into it. So yeah, thanks for them that sent that through, and also make sure as well to check out some other content. What other secret surprise champions do you know about? Put it in the comment section down below, and I'll see you in the next one, whenever that may be. Bye bye for now.